my name is Mackenzie, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm going to be starting a brand new series on my YouTube channel about subcultures, and I'm going to be talking about all different kinds of subcultures. I'm going to be talking about emo, scene, and all different kinds of goth. And then there's going to be like some Japanese ones like Lolita, all different kinds of Lolita, Genguro, Decora, all these different kinds. There's a whole bunch of them coming your way. I might even get into like some skater, hipster, gangsta, like those kind of stuff too. The reason that I'm making videos about subcultures is because I feel the world is too uneducated about subcultures. All the time people come up to me and ask me if I'm goth. If you're educated right now, looking at me, you'll be able to tell I'm clearly not goth. If you are uneducated, if you right now look at me and said, how are you not goth? You're going to learn from me. I'm going to teach you everything about subcultures because people just don't know. People don't realize emo and goth are completely different. And before I start my first subculture today, which I'm going to talk about, which is going to be emo, I just want to say, I know a lot of people get offended by like labeling and they like think that you shouldn't label people and stuff. I don't really get offended when people call me goth. I just like know it's wrong because I know they're wrong. I know I'm not goth. If somebody calls you emo and you know you're not emo, don't let that make you mad. If I saw a dog and accidentally called it a squirrel, I don't think it would necessarily be mad. It would just be like, I know I'm not a squirrel. If you know you're not emo and someone calls you emo, don't get mad about it. Don't let that bring you down because it's not a bad thing. It's just the person, one, is uneducated. Two, they probably are thinking about the stereotypes of emo, which is like cutting and depression, and we'll get into all that stuff. Also, if you know you're not emo, you're not emo. You know who you are more than anybody else does. And I know there's a lot of people who say don't label yourself. It's okay to label yourself. And also, the people who hate on other people because they're like, yeah, you're not emo, like, you know, shut up. Like, let people think they are who they are. If you want to think you're emo, think you're emo. You know, if you want to think you're, like, scene, think you're scene. If people are going to hate on you for that, don't let that bother you. And if you are someone who's going to hate on someone else from that, just don't, okay? It's not necessary. Like, there's other things for you to worry about than what subculture that person belongs to. Anyway, now we're going to start with my little session, little class for you about emos. I'm going to start off by talking about the stereotyping that goes on with emos because a lot of people have the wrong impression about emos. They think that they're suicidal, they think they're depressed, they think that all emos cut themselves. All three are not true. Emo actually started off, to give you some history, as a kind of music, and it's short for emotional. A lot of people already know that part, but they still don't get it. Like, if I could name some emo bands, a lot of people like Panic at the Disco. If you have heard the song 9 in the Afternoon, it's not a depressing song at all. That's considered emo. There's a lot of genres. A lot of songs have more than one genre. A Day to Remember is an emo band. It's not that the band necessarily is emo. Like, I'm not calling the people who are, like, the singers or, like, in the band, like, I'm not calling them emo. I'm just saying that their music is emo-style music. But it can go under other categories, too, besides emo. That's just one of them that it falls under. People started believing that people who listen to emo music cut themselves, like slit their wrists or whatever, like arm, leg, whatever they do with like razors or knives or all those other things. There are emo people who do cut themselves. There are non-emo people who cut themselves. You don't have to be emo to cut yourself, and if you cut yourself, you're not emo. If you're emo, it doesn't mean you cut yourself.
Like, I don't advocate cutting yourself because it's not a good idea.
Cutting yourself is just like an addiction. Some people have like smoking or drinking, like some people are addicted to that. But that would be, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about that because, sorry, I'm moving the camera. But that's not what this video is about. So anyway, I'm just going to tell you, like right off the bat, emos don't cut. Like some emos do. But it's not because they're emo at all. It's just because they're depressed. And also, there's a stereotype that emos are all depressed. emo people like do tend to be a little bit depressed, but they're not like really depressing people. Like there's actually a lot of really happy emo people. Like have you ever heard like emos and it's like ends in a Z and it's like exclamation mark. Anyway, so now that I got all that shit out of the way, hopefully you don't ever call someone emo because they're depressed, because that's not what makes them emo. Making someone emo is the way they dress. It's a style. It's of how they dress and what kind of music they listen to. Those are two things that make someone emo. It's not their personality whatsoever. So now we're going to move on to how emo people dress. Emo is for everybody. Everybody can be emo. It's not weird for a boy to be emo. It's not weird for a girl to be emo. Anyone can be emo. Emo people tend to have hair in their face, kind of like me, because I usually have my hair in my face. And they don't always, like sometimes, like this is kind of a bad example because I haven't had my hair cut in a very long time. Because they're not going to be like, they're not the kind of people who are like, yeah, so, like they're not like that. They usually have like bangs that are like to the side. Like my bangs are horrible. Like I usually do have emo wear bangs. And they do have big hair. Not as big as Scene though, necessarily. Oh, which by the way, all subcultures can be intertwined and stuff. So you don't have to be one particular, ooh, my hair. You don't have to be one particular subculture. Like I know I'm not necessarily one particular subculture, just I know emo is what I'm closest to, but you know, most people aren't strictly one. Like, most people aren't strictly emo or, like, strictly, like, you know, anything. So, emo people do tend to wear, like, their shirts will usually be, like, black, gray, or red. But they can be other colors, too. Like, it's usually more darker colors. They don't usually wear too many bright colors. So, at this point, my camera card got full. So, that's why, I stopped talking. But anyway, yet, emo people usually wear band t-shirts, like t-shirts of bands that they like, and they're usually darker colored versions of the band t-shirts, and they might have like skulls or like the words of the band. Or so boys and girls both have that, and then the pants, boys and girls both have too usually. Skinny jeans, like this. Now on to, I'm working from the bottom up I guess, so here, well here's my earrings, well plugs I guess. I'm wearing plugs. These are fake plugs because I do not wish to get real plugs. Like I love plugs, they're so cool, but I don't really want the holes in my ears, really big ones. I don't have anything against people who get plugs because I think they're awesome. So now onto the makeup. Emo people, as everybody knows, wears a lot of eyeliner.
This camera is so good that you can see all the imperfections in my face. So you can see my scar right there.
Wearing black eyeshadow. I'm gonna make another video telling you all the products I use and stuff, and like more in detail about the makeup and also the hair, like where I got everything. I'm wearing false eyelashes because emo people do that a lot. Black hair is common, although there are blonde ones, there are other colored hairs. Straight, definitely straight for sure. Usually teased, not as teased as Scene. Like Scene hair is a lot bigger than this, which I will, as I said, I will make a different video about Scene. Bows are common too. Oh, my lips, very neutral. I actually use lipstick because I have naturally like darker lips, I guess. Emo people can wear other colors actually. Like you can wear like a dark lips if you want. Not black though. That's more of like a goth kind of thing. So it's usually neutral. It's nude lips. Occasionally you'll see like a raspberry kind of color. Yeah, that about sums up my emo video. I hope you liked it. I hope if you're new to my channel, hi. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you keep watching. I promise there's gonna be plenty more subculture videos to come. If you have any like requests, like any subcultures that you want to learn more about, leave me a comment. You know, thumbs up this video. I would love that. Subscribe, because if you are really interested in learning about subcultures, like I love learning about new subcultures, you can subscribe to me. I promise there's going to be videos coming up. I hope this was helpful to you. If you want to know like where I got every single thing that I'm wearing and how, like I'm not going to really tell how I did my makeup, but kind of like a brief like thing about my makeup, where I got like what the products I use are, what products I use in my hair, all that kind of shit. I'm going to be posting a video about that too. Okay, so thanks for watching. Until next time, which the next video coming up, by the way, is going to be Ganguro, which is a really interesting, very interesting subculture. Bye!